Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video and back with another unboxing video because, as I told you in yesterday's video, I received a little bit of mail and this time I got like a very small parcel envelope box thing coming in from Denmark, which was announced to me, CD sized, one CD in there I presume, and this was announced to me by Malte Steiner, who is the man behind the Notstandskomitee project and the man behind the BLOCK4 label, the first label ever that published a remix of mine back in 2002, I guess. And he sent me a mail and said, well, I got a new CD coming, which might be, dealing with the noise experimental side of electronic music, experimental electronic music. And it arrived, coming from Denmark, from Aalborg actually, where Malte resides right now. Originally he's from Hamburg, or I met him in Hamburg in the late 90s when I had moved back here. I frequented the Hörbar pretty much often, which was like a kind of meeting point for experimental musicians and drone and noise musicians and all that kind of stuff, like electroacoustic guys, which had like concerts every one Friday a month in like an old cinema, and also had like the Wednesday was like a kind of meeting point, or like Duo Fix or whatever. There were a lot of people there. My guy St. Martin, with whom I run my radio show, Die Nachtschwestern, TBC, which was also a Nachtschwester back in the day, who's running the Wachsender Prozess label, Asmus Tietjens, Malte Steiner, Notstandskomitee, Inside, a lot of guys, Yutong, a lot of guys I met there. So this was my very early connection when I was still kind of gravitating to the rave scene actually, and to the like techno rave scene, but had like an ear, or developed an ear for that kind of experimental music. I frequented that place very often and I got to know like quite a bunch of people there. Till from Auf Abwägen, which is like a famous magazine, or has been like a famous magazine in Germany for experimental music, but also is like a label and I guess also a booking agency, I guess, because he's dealing with Asmus Tietjens bookings right now, as far as I understood. But a lot of backstory. Let's dive into this small box here, like quickly. One CD in there, that's for sure. And it's interesting that the CD box already arrived in my place before Malte sent me an email that this one is coming. So I guess the Danish post is pretty much very fast and like very organized, like in comparison to the German Deutsche Post, which or DHL, which you might know if you're like send like stuff out internationally, because DHL is or DHL is also competing with like FedEx and UPS in terms of parcel services and stuff internationally. So they are like pretty unorganized, I feel, but the Danish guys seem to be great. So please expand to Germany and like kick ass over here. So what we got here is one CD, which comes in a shrink wrap. So I'm gonna remove that. It's a very interesting color scheme for the label, because a lot of times when releases come out on the label, there is some kind of blue involved, or grayish blue or whatever, I feel. So this seems to be like one of the primary favorite colors of Mr. Steiner, but this one is more abstract and not that clean cut in terms of graphic design, but it's more like an organic cover. So what we got here is an album by Tina Marianne Krog-Madsen, which I believe to be the partner of Mr. Steiner for years right now. So she's from Denmark. The album is called Compounds. Here is the full track list, and I haven't read through the press info yet, which was sent to me by email, so my apologies for that. But here is the full CD. Here's the inner cover, and once again the track list, and let's see if we can derive anything about this kind of album from the inside. So we got all compositions, instrumentations, recordings, edits, and cover artworks by Tina Marianne Krog-Madsen, which seems to be also an artist, like a visual artist as well. created and produced between 2015 and 2023 in Flouka and Seyðisfjörður in Iceland. I totally butchered that. In Berlin, Germany, Aalborg in Denmark, and in Helsinki in Finland. Here is a website to follow for sure, which is just the initials of her name, Tina Marianne Krog Madsen. Compounds seems to be interesting. Seems to be like just from the name alone and from the titles. We have Stone Score, Little Fist, In the Rupture, Water, Fire, Stone Metal, and Kiwi Meditatio, which might be Finnish for some kind of meditation, but don't quote me on that. Seems to be very well based on raw materials, maybe like electroacoustic recordings, close-up recordings, close-up microphones, on like moving raw materials like stone. The wall here is very broken and raw. It seems to be rugged. Same goes for this stone structure here. So maybe there is something like that going on, like shaking stones and like clanging stones together and using that as base material. And there's a lot of notes here, which might be a proper score to one of the pieces. Maybe the Stone Score, actually, the title track. So there is. I might be right with my assumption of like using close-up microphones, because there is like stone number 1, flip over, stone number 2. Okay, I can read this. Once again, flipped over, flip back to touch stone 3. Flip to kid stone number 2. Twist to side, make it turn. Okay, this seems to be. This is interesting. This might seems to be a score of movements. Actually, I don't know how Tina Marianne Krog Madsen like transfers this into a proper sound piece, but at least for one track in here, the basic idea might be like moving those stones according to the movements scribbled on that sheet of paper, and either deriving like direct sounds from that via like very what's the word, sensitive microphones, or probably another idea would be photographing that, or like filming those movements and generating noise out of that, like visual data, which is also a thing which I have done, not with with downloaded photos. I've done that. You can like upload, like from my workflow, you can upload like JPEGs and definitely turn JPEG photos into bitmaps. You can upload that in Audacity, which is like a recording program, and derive sounds from those pictures. So this is might also be an idea, but this is just pure speculation. I am very curious. I will read the press sheet when I review this, of course, so I can like reflect on that a little more. But this is a new album on the BLOCK4 label, run by Malte Steiner, Tina Marianne Krog Madsen, Compounds. Probably an album, well, as Mr. Steiner said, or like mentioned, like in the experimental noise field, but probably derived from like raw materials like stones and stone movements and such. So we'll see what this is. Review is about to come on my website, Erzählt in a few days, I guess. Video upload will happen tonight. So this happened, and now I'm gonna go out into editing mode because I got more stuff to check and to work on, and also like take care of a new radio show or like mixed cast thing that I've probably not in the bag right now, but well, I've been talking about that with someone. So this is it for now. BaseJunkiii out. See you in the next one.